What will happen in 6 trillion years from now? Hi guys, my name is Abhijit Misra. Welcome to Cosmos Research Center. After some research, we have got the thesis on 1000 years, 1 million years, up to 1 sextrillion years from now. So let's start. 1000 years from now. Due to rapid evolution of words, none of the single word may exist. It may happen word which we are using now may or may not be used later. 2000 years from now, completely melt down due to global warming with temperature plus 10 degrees Celsius. Greenland ice will also melt, sea level will rise up to 6 meters high. Do you know 500-125 is the end of Mayan's calendar? According to Mayan's legacy, it will the end of world, but it's just a prediction like 2012. It may happen in small scale devastation. 20 to 50,000 years from now, Niagara Falls will completely disappear, which is situated in Ontario. Due to riverbed corrosion, substrate get deposited at a rate of 2 to 3 feet per year. 1 lakh years from now, titanium which you are using in MacBook will start corroding due to eruption of supervolcano or large climate altering asteroid. It can be happen sunrise and sunset may look different for collision of asteroid, which change the planetary rotation. 5 lakh years from now, due to overuse of fossil fuel and space fuel, the temperature of Earth will rise so much which leads to global freeze. 5 million years from now, chromosome will break down due to harmful ultraviolet radiation of sun. Ozone layer shield no more resist it, which makes human impossible. 40 to 50 million years ago, at a slow speed inch per year, continental drift happened. The Australia moved closer to mainland Asia and collided to form a new mountain. 50 million years ago, the Atlantis will be much wider than it's now, while Africa will have ramped into Europe, closing up Mediterranean Sea and driving up a mountain range as grand as Himalaya. 60 million years ago, Earth orbit will come to unpredictable. 200 to 250 million years ago, our solar system will have orbited once around the entire Milky Way galaxy. On Earth, the Atlantis will start to shrink, sending the America crashing back into the merged Euro-African continent. Roughly 250 million years, world landmass will once again join together to form a new supercontinent. 400 million years ago, our Sun and its solar system will have orbited twice around the entire Milky Way galaxy. 500 million years, 95% of planets start dying. The trouble is that over long term of Sun is getting brighter by about 1% for every 100 million years. It might not sound like much, but as the heat is turned up, the CO2 level in atmosphere will fall as a result those of heat dependent chemical reaction. The thermostat will be overwhelmed. 95% of plant species will start to get into trouble. Tropical forest will give way to grasslands, shrubs, cacti that thrive on relatively low level of CO2. 600 million years from now, our Sun and its solar system will have orbited 3 times around the entire Milky Way galaxy. 750 million years from now, our Milky Way galaxy, a vast whirlpool of 250 to 400 billion of stars and huge amount of gas, dust, planet, advanced civilization and dark matter, which will collide and begins to absorb the much smaller Sagittarius dwarf galaxy. The long drawn out of impact will produce shockwaves that appear as a continuation of the fine wheeling beautiful spiral arm. New stars will form and some will quickly die in spectacular supernova. 904 million years from now, our Sun and its solar system will have orbited 4 times around the entire Milky Way galaxy. 900 million years from now, all plant dies. CO2 level will be too low for grass, scrub, cacti. The lush green earth will have turned a muddy brown. 1.2 billion years from now, oceans start boiling out. The sun will be about 15% brighter than it is today. The surface temperature on Earth will reach between 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. The chemical reaction that soak up atmospheric CO2 will be so vigorous that almost all CO2 will have disappeared from the atmosphere. There will be no more CO2 to compensate for the brightening sun. The warming ocean will dramatically increase the humidity of the atmosphere, compounding and problem. As we know that water is also a greenhouse effect, but it does not act as thermostat like CO2. More water in atmosphere mean more heat, which evaporate more water. This cycle will trigger a runaway greenhouse effect. The ocean will disappear, leaving a vast dry salt flats. Complex animal will almost certainly have died out. 1.5 to 2 billion years from now, Earth spin chaotically. Do you know? Earth's spin axis starts to swing chaotically because Moon drifts too far away to stabilize it. Our Milky Way galaxy is beginning to be distorted by gravitational effect of larger Andromeda galaxy, which is on a collision course with our own Milky Way galaxy. 3.5 to 600 billion years from now. At some point, ultraviolet radiation from the brightening sun will break down the water into Earth's streamy atmosphere into hydrogen and oxygen. Earth's gravity would not be strong enough to retain the hydrogen, which would fizzle off into space. But the oxygen would remain at this temperature. It could reach a pressure of 100 of atmosphere. The iron on rock will absorb the oxygen and Earth will become rusty planet. Earth's surface may be covered with thick poisonous cloud of sulfuric acid. Eventually, greenhouse effect will push the temperature of Earth's surface up to 1000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt and rot. It would look like sea of scorching magma. 7 billion years from now. One of the horrified predictions is that how Earth will look even into its structured future. After the sun has swallowed into a red giant star in about 7 billion years of time. Still now, no one can predict exactly how Earth and its moon will be orbiting around the sun at that point. But there is one possibility, is that the Earth will be tidally locked towards the sun. That means one side of the Earth will be permanently day side while other side will be dark. At that time, sun will be appears 250 times wider than it is today. 7.6 billion years from now, the sun will form a white dwarf. The sun stays as a slowly cooling white dwarf star with almost the full mass that it has today, but shrunk and compressed to the size of a planet, which is extremely dense and compact star containing a stellar mass in a volume of the size of a planet. They pass through a non-explosive period 10 billion years from now. After all this, if Earth exists, then we should celebrate its birthday. Earth it will twice as old as it today. The merged Milky Way Andromeda galaxy will have collided and absorbed both the Great Magellanic Cloud and the Lesser Magellanic Cloud, an assortment of dwarf galaxy currently orbiting our own Milky Way galaxy. 11.6 billion years from now, Mars has a human comfortable temperature. Between 11.6 to 11.7 billion of years, Sun expands. The ratio of surface temperature of Mars compared to now will increase by a factor of 1.29 to 1.43, making it completely user-friendly for human beings. 12.7 to 12.10 billion years from now, Europa has human comfortable temperature. The Sun expands the ratio of the surface temperature of Jupiter, Moon, Europa has compared to now will increase by a factor of 2.25 to 2.50, making it completely user-friendly for humans. Predicted that 12.16 to 12.164 billion of years, surface temperature of Uranus, Moon, Oberon will increase by a factor of 5.09 to 5.66, making it best for human colonization. 60 billion years from now, solid crust formed on the surface of the Sun. Before the Sun becomes white dwarf, much of its hydrogen has been fused into helium and much of its helium to carbon. Significant amount of oxygen, silicon, aluminum and other elements are created by the nucleosynthesis. Thus, when the Sun has cooled enough, solid crust probably forms. Some predicted life may start forming there. 1 trillion years from now, stars started dying. The lowest mass star from the last generation of the star formation aged feebly into white dwarf. No more bright shining star powered by fusion. Then star eventually ran out of fuel and dies, and the gas that gives birth a new generation of stars, a little less than 1/10 of the mass of Sun, which stay much cooler than the Sun. Astronomers expect this star keep shining for 100 trillion years from their birth. 1 quadrillion year from now, degenerate era. The stellar galaxy is dominated by white dwarfs and brown dwarfs. Much of the remaining mass of the universe is comprised of neutron star and black hole of various size. Most other stars in galaxy have been destroyed since collided explosively or gradually burned out. Frozen corpses of planet halos scatter around the galaxy in a deep night of intergalactic space. More and more of these white and brown dwarfs, neutron star, black hole and forgotten planets find their way eventually into a accretion disk, which is forming in the center of the black hole. Some star of this era has been fueled by dark matter, which we don't know enough to describe it. New life may still exist on the surface of white and brown dwarfs 1 quadrillion years from now. 90 to 99% of brown dwarfs and stellar remnants, including our sun, eject from the galaxy. When two objects pass closer enough to each other, they exchange orbital energy with a lower mass object, which tends to gain energy. Though the repeated encounters, the lower mass object can gain enough energy in this manner to be ejected from their galaxy. This process eventually causes the Milky Way to eject the majority of the brown dwarfs and stellar remnants. 6 trillion years from now, the Earth will collide with black dwarf due to decay of its orbit via emissions of gravitational radiation. If Earth is not ejected from its orbit by stellar encounter, or else it will be engulfed by its own sun during red giant, then the history book of Earth will be closed forever. Thank you for watching. Next video, I hope so it will published in between 2 to 3 weeks. For more details, follow my page Cosmos Research Center and see upcoming events. You can follow me in Instagram or Twitter. So take care. Goodbye.
Everything is awesome.